Hi everyone, welcome back to Crypto Asia. Again, it's Andrew here. Today, I would like to bring to you guys a general crypto market analysis. Today is April 19, 2019. The reason I want to do this today is because Bitcoin is standing at a crossroad, which within these few days it will decide either it will break through the 5,300 resistance line and head over to 6,000. As we know, 6,000 is one of the major resistance line which we can see Bitcoin hovering at the 6,000 range for few months last year, and the price suddenly dropped from 6,000 to 3,000, and this is the period when the Bitcoin community, specifically Bitcoin Cash, have a hard fork, and Bitcoin Cash is split to two coins, which is Bitcoin Cash ABC, Roger Ver teams, and the other is Bitcoin Cash SV, which we call it short form Bitcoin SV, which is the fate, they call the fate Satoshi create, right? So this is one of the reasons that makes the people to start to dump, trigger the market to fall, and everybody just dump, and pretty much BTC reach a bottom of 3,200 in last year December. And if you follow our Facebook, you see we mentioned this in our Facebook page, and we say that at that time it is at the crossroad of 3002 might be a bottom, and we should accumulate at that time. Of course, everybody was so scared, and most of the people in the community very much afraid that Bitcoin might drop further from here. As you can see here, December 16, it's bottom out and hovering at 3,200 range for a couple of days. And if you miss the boat in 2017, literally this price 3,200 is a second chance for you to buy in the Bitcoin at such a low price. Of course, if you compare to 2017, but if you compare to 2009, which Bitcoin at the time is only less than a penny, even this chart here can't go back to 2009. Even if you just compare to 2013, it's only at $135. If you compare to 2017, uh, why I bring up 207 is because literally 2017, for me personally, I consider is the second phase of the crypto history. First phase is pretty much is from 2009, which at the time there's only Bitcoin, and 2013 or 2014, some of the not so famous coin come into the picture. If not I'm mistaken, is like Black Coin or Litecoin, and then Dogecoin and XRP. Ethereum pretty much at 2015 is came into the picture. So from 2009 to 2016, end of 2016 is considered for me is the first phase of the cryptocurrency development, which I think there's less than 50 coins, if not mistaken, and the dominant one is Bitcoin at that time. 2017, when Ethereum get a little bit more popular and people start building on Ethereum and launch their ICO. Okay, the what we so call the second phase. Personally, I think the second phase of the cryptocurrency development start from 2017, the start of the beginning of 2017. So myself is I start doing research and know and study cryptocurrency knowledge at this period of time also, which I mentioned in my first video. And all of a sudden people start to get excited when it reached April and May, when the price suddenly spiked up from 1,000 to more than 1 to 1.5 times, which is 2.5 thousand, and it's just keep going up. All right, what's my point is, if you look back in 2017, okay, and compare to the bottom recently at 3,200, right? So if you didn't buy, if you missed the boat in 2017, which is around August 2017, the price is 3,003, 3,002. If you miss the opportunity to buy in here, you're giving a second opportunity to buy it here, which is 3 months ago. All right, and it backed Bitcoin back to 3,200 after the bear market. The reason why people don't buy at that time, of course, it's just the first short few days, but it keep on hovering at the 3,000 range for more than 2 months. So actually people should have enough time to accumulate at this stage, which I am. Basically human nature do not like to buy when the price is low, but it contradicts with the common sense, which in investment we should buy in when it is low and try to sell it and take profit when it is high. So not much people, as in my knowledge, at least in my network, people just have so much fear and uncertainty and doubt, and they do not have any interest to accumulate at this phase, right? Just like 2017, when it is just below 1000, around 1000 range, nobody would want to know what it is, what's the fundamental of Bitcoin, because they can't see it, they can't touch it, and they don't understand it. So if you want to know what is Bitcoin, want to know the fundamental of Bitcoin, please look back to the few videos that I've done. It's talk about what is Bitcoin, all the fundamental things, what give Bitcoin valuable. So what I want to tell in this video is, if you see the big picture, right, there's a lot of rise, a lot of crashes throughout the Bitcoin history, right? If I can go back before 2013, there's more interesting story to tell. Literally, there's one time Bitcoin reached from less than 50 cents, it reached to $30, and it crashed back to, I think, $2. Right, that's one of the worst crash. And if you look back here, there's another euphoria, significant rise of price from $100 to $1,100, which is about 10 times, 11 times increase. After that, it's crash, right? So after that, it's crash from 1,100 to, I think, 200, if not mistaken. Yeah. So it rise 10 times and then it fall to 200. But every time it fall, it's still, the price is still higher than the price previously, which you see before the rise is just below 100. And when it rise to 1,100, it retraces back, right? This is just a universal principle, which anything that goes up must retrace back. So go back to about 200, and but it create a higher high. Okay, is higher than the previous. 200 is hovering from 2015 to 2016, around 1 year, but you can see the price is gradually increased from 200 to 300, 400, and when it reached 2017 is around 1,000, right, dollar. And there you go, start the second phase of the cryptocurrency history. So if you look at here, right, if you you did experience this phase, At that time, I think a lot of people really scared, and they sold at this range, right? But if you look back, right, we are here now. So if you look back to the chart, right, here is 2017, 2018. Compared to this 2013, 2014. So this one is just a small, really small movement. All right, but in terms of rise and fall percentage, is around the same. Of course, if we compare to here, the price is much higher, and the increase is from 1,000 beginning of the year 1,000 to 20,000 is 20 times, which here is only 10 times, right? After that, 20,000, it retraced back, right? The general principle, the pattern of Bitcoin, every time it crashes, it will crash more than 80%, so or 75%. So from 20,000 to 3,000 is literally, I think, more than 75%, if not mistaken. So you can see the pattern here is almost the same. All right, and if you see here, when it reached 3,200, all right, it already at fall to more than 75% range to 80% range. If I take an example of if someone, I mean, if you imagine this is a build 20 story building or something, all right, if someone maybe jump, maybe stay at the 20th floor, and unfortunately this guy fell down because he buy at this top, and when it's collapse, bear market come, it brings the guy to from 20th floor drop to the bottom, right? So literally that guy must be hurt really, really badly. Okay, and so now if we see the chart here, it already at 2,000. So we could say, if in example it is at 3rd floor, right? So it's already fall to the 3rd floor, or even 2nd floor, 1st floor, right? Yes, it might further drop to, ground floor, basement, but does it hurt? Of course not as much as here. So what I want to say is, if you buy at 3,002 range, right, I mean, what do you scared of? If it's fall, it won't fall more than another 90% again. All right, so because it's at the pretty low range already, so maximum it might drop to 1,005, with which a lot of traders, they speculate the price might need to drop to the price of at around 1,000, because generally the traders think that 2017 uh, it doesn't give it has a sudden surge to 20,000. So generally what they think is the 1,000 range should be touched for 2 or 3 more times before the price of Bitcoin can soar to a higher range. So quite a lot of people didn't buy into this range, and we look at the chart, is start to spike from 3,000 to 4,000, and in a couple of weeks it soared to around 5,200 now, which now is reached another critical point, because if you remember previously, I think end of 2018, Bitcoin is hovering at the 5,000 to 5,005 range for quite a long time, and everybody thought it will hold at this range, but unfortunately it drops, and this is critical range. So again, people wouldn't dare to buy at this range. Some traders will say this is even a no trade zone. So now generally I think there's 50% or probably there's more than 50%, around 60% each people. Personally, I think they still remain bearish, that still think that Bitcoin might have the potential to fall back to 4,000, and it might further retrace back to below 3,000 range to the 1,500 range. So if you ask whether you should buy now, you should accumulate at this range, I would say it's totally up to what your objective is. Different people have different motive. If you people who remain bearish, there might be a traders, and they don't hoarder. Hoarder means hold. Hoarder as much Bitcoin as the hoarders, and they might just be trading at the past 2 years without holding any coins in a large quantity since the very low price. So of course these people, they will hope Bitcoin to drop to 1,000 range for them to buy in and hodl it until they can see Bitcoin reach a higher high, 30,000, 50,000, or even 100,000. So you must understand what's the motive behind all the people who are remaining bearish. So in another camp of Bitcoin, of course, is the hodlers. They some of them, maybe they buy at the top and they haven't sell, so they also do not have a planning to sell. So of course they will hope Bitcoin literally now, if can go to the moon, it will be best. And there's another group that they truly believe the fundamental of Bitcoin, and their objective is to disrupt the bank and to support this decentralized movement to disrupt the traditional financial system. So these people will hoarder, and pretty much they will also accumulate along the way whenever there are dips in the market. So generally I just want to give a general analysis of what's the community think, and at the overall picture there's a two camp of people. One camp is the bearish people which think this 5,200 price, it won't hold for long, and it will eventually drop back to 4,000 and 3,000 range. The worst is touch 1,005 or 1,000 range. All right, so this is the people who remain bearish, and what I think the price target will go for the bearish group of people. So the bullish camp, the bullish group of people would think Bitcoin has a high chance of breaking this resistance line, and generally they think that the overall global economy, traditional financial market might not be able to sustain anymore, because if you look at the stock market, at the Dow Jones, you see that few months ago Dow Jones touched all-time high at 26,000 something, and suddenly it crashes at September, which our Facebook page also mentioned this. See, when it start to crash, we mentioned this at September 10, right? And okay, you can just go back to this page and read it, and we refer to the Economist magazine, which is 30 years ago, I think. It predict that it will be a world currency. All right, and it crashed for 5,000 points to 21,000 ish. So we thought this is the crash and it will begin to crash, but suddenly the market is up again, as it's been pulled up from here at December. So you can see the market now, as of yesterday, it came back to 26,000 again, rise for 5,000 ish points. So everybody was so surprised, especially the crypto people and the people who hold gold and silver. So it's now formed a double top pattern, right? So the double top pattern and the MACD pattern means the next pattern might it will be fall again. So the market might start to crash after this in a couple of weeks time. And so the bullish people is very much speculate that when the stock market is crashing, then part of the money might gradually migrate to other assets such as gold, silver, and also Bitcoin or the other cryptocurrency, right? And it will start to go up to reach another critical resistance at $6,000, and it might break through again from there, or you're hovering for a couple of weeks, months, and reach a much higher price later on. So whatever it is, it depends on your strategy. If you believe in these decentralized assets, and you believe that with what you see in the market news, which Nasdaq is going to launch their exchange for crypto, their market in crypto, and New York Stock Exchange is going to launch their back. Okay. And also other Nasdaq crypto. Okay, this is New York Stock Exchange for crypto. Nasdaq, okay, is working with 7 cryptocurrency exchange. Nasdaq license tagged to a one-stop shop for crypto trading, etc, etc. And if you believe long term that the crypto market will not only hovering at this range, this is 178 billion. So I just want to bring this up. Now the crypto market now is 178 billions. Okay. $1,000 billions equals to 1 trillion. Do you know what is the total market cap of stock market in the world? If not mistaken, I think, alright, first I emphasize here again, 1,000 billions equals to 1 trillion. 1 trillion. So the crypto market now is only 178 billion. Alright, as you can see here. So let's see what's the total market cap of the stock market in the world. If not mistaken, I think it's more than 70 trillion stock market value in the world. US stock market is currently at 34 trillion compared to rest of the world 44 trillion. So 34 at 44 means 78 trillions. Alright, 78 trillions. 78 trillions. World stock market. What if just crypto market just take 10% market share from the stock market, which is 10% stock from stock market, which is 77.8 trillions. What do we mean 10% market share from here? It means what if there's 10% population, people who invest in the stock market, they tend to migrate some of their funds, 10% of the funds that put into the crypto market, which is the future now, which is New York Stock Exchange, Nasdaq, and the other exchange that CBOE want to launch an ETF, etc. They are building this crypto market. What if 10%, which 7.8 trillion funds, flow into the crypto market? So 7.8 trillion means how many billions? 7.8 trillion equals to 77,800 billions. So if you see here, how much is the increase of the total market cap from 178 billions to 7,800 billions? It is more than 70 times increase. Alright, of course it depends on which crypto that you bought. Don't buy the scam one. Don't buy the bad ones. And which one is a scam, which one is the bad one, which one is a good one? Potentially the potential one, you have to look back to the other videos done by us, which is the crypto talk. From there, do your own due diligence and do your own research and choose the one that you think will perform best in the next few years. So 70 times. So if today you invest USD 1,000, right, to any crypto that you like, please don't buy those scam one, which I will produce another video talk about the characteristic of a scam coin. So times 70 times, which is become US 70,000. Right, it might be, if it reached this much market cap. So this is just a basic calculation, and this is speculate that the market, you take 10% of the world stock market share, alright, which I haven't count the other assets yet. The other assets such as gold, which have 7 trillions market now. How about some of them too divert some of their assets, gold assets, to crypto and other commodities such as silver, or they are holding some cash, etc. Or property market is another really big market. Total property stock market value in the world. Okay. 217 trillions. My gosh, if compared to stock market, it's only 78 trillions. Property market has 217 trillions. What if some people in the property market, they think that property market already at the top, and they would like to liquidate some of their excess property excess, let's say 10%. So 10% equals to 21 trillions, and they would like to migrate some of their access to crypto, right? 21 trillions park here. 21 trillions. Whoa. 1 times higher than the market share of stock market. So from here you can do a calculation, and why, if you have been asking the question why the Bitcoin community, crypto community is pretty much insane, and they thought that Bitcoin could reach market value of 50,000, 100,000, or even 1 million per Bitcoin in the future. Part of the speculation is come from here, what I analyzed just now. All right, and if you look back to the Bitcoin chart, all right, it is now at only 178 billion, not even 1 trillion market cap yet. This is why, compared to the big picture, potential big picture of here, all right, of here, it, you know, it makes us think that if you would like to, you know, migrate some of your excess into this and hold for prepare to hold for a long period of time, you know, if compared to the big picture here, why do you bother it, you know, in short term? Probably, of course, this 3002 is price already gone few months ago. Now is hovering at 5,000. What will you care if you know Bitcoin will rise one day to 10,000, 20,000, or even 50,000 and above? What do you care if in short term it fall back to 3,000 or even 1,000? All right, the upside is tremendously huge compared to the downside, because we already literally fall to the Bitcoin traditional pattern, which is it retraces back more than 80% now. might fall back down a little bit, but what do you care if you know that or if you believe that Bitcoin can go to much higher in the future. So this is what generally the crypto Bitcoin people believe. And yeah, this is the main point that I would like to deliver. So compared to this at 20,000 top price and this 3,000, okay, you should buy at this area, right? Not this area. Okay, of course this area a lot of people has so much hope because the entire space is been so positive because everything is going up, you know, and people just like to buy at top. They do not have the courage to buy at this range, right? So in fact, this is the time, this is the range that you should accumulate, because the risk compared to here is much lower. If it's fall, it's only gonna fall. There's a limit that it can only fall so much, all right? Unless you do not have much knowledge about Bitcoin, the fundamental of crypto, why crypto and Bitcoin exist, you are have the doubt that Bitcoin might go to zero. All right, so some of the beginners, most of the people, only thing that they're scared is Bitcoin will go to zero. I repeat, one of the most scariest thing they speculate is Bitcoin might go to zero. All right, so to overcome your thinking on this is to study more. Look back to the videos I produced, why Bitcoin exists, what is Bitcoin fundamentally, what is the technology or network effect that make it valuable. So from there you can slowly build up your understanding for Bitcoin. All right, you need to spend a little bit of time to do research and connect the dots, not only the knowledge within the crypto space, but you need to know what happened at the traditional financial market. Okay, so the traditional financial market, if you look at this chart here, it's already at all-time high. All right, so does the property market. It tops at the all-time high since couple of years ago, and its property market started to see weakness, but the stock market is literally at all-time high. So logically you should not be invest at high. You should invest in things that is at the low. All right, not only crypto but also gold and silver. All right, silver pretty much is at a pretty low price now, which is around $15 per ounce. So as you can see here, average one person should own more than, personally I think, to be safe is at least 200 ounce silver and above for beginners. for the most seasoned investor should hold accumulate and hold 500 ounce or even 800 ounce, 1000 ounce and above for physical silver. All right. Okay, so that's what I want to talk about today. Repeat again, my point is this is a phase that we should accumulate, not when it's high but when it is low. And if you invest in here, if you hold long term, you wouldn't mind if it is fall back to 1000, 2000, because the upside is higher than the low side. And whatever crypto that you buy, please do research, buy the right thing, don't buy the scam ones, and study more about the crypto Bitcoin space, because the tokenized economy is definitely coming. Most of the things will be tokenized, even the stock market or property market. It is coming to us very, very soon. Whether you want to get in with your money or not, you must start to do some study on this, because the crypto tokenized economy is coming and is really, really near now. Okay, so this is what I want to share today. Yeah, that's about it. So again, it's Andrew here from Crypto Asia. Thanks for listening. Over and out.